Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to be doing my tier list on where I think every single potion character ranks. Now, there might be a bit of bias, such as like, it kind of goes for what I prefer, you know. Like, this Balgo, you could easily say Ikaku or Grimmjow is better because Grimmjow gives plus 10 link slot potions. Ikaku is a super link slot farmer, and he also has the Pierce Iron skin and whatnot for IT. But the way I like Balgo, he has Drain, he does a lot of damage. You know, I like him. He's more usable for me personally. So, you know, you could definitely put Ikaku 1. This is my list on how I would rank them. So yeah, let's hop on in. Comment down below your favorite of each attribute. I would love to hear it. But yeah, so for starters, NAD characters are basically bottom tier. I don't like NAD characters unless they're ranged at least. Like this Ruruka, I think she's awful. She only gets plus 5 link slot potions. Like literally only having plus 5 link slot potions, in my opinion, is just horrendous. It is what it is. That's just what a lot of the older ones did. Like this Lisa, she has the exact same. These two characters only get plus 5 link slot potions. I believe also Orihime only does. So it's just unfortunate, but yeah. So let's hop right on in. Ruruka, a plus 10 link slot farmer, amazing. I really wish she had like droplets as well, or super link slot potions, but she's plus 10 potions. She has Drain. I really like her gameplay. She's exceptional for what she's there for. IZ, Inheritance Zone, and Epic Raids if you really want to. Although, in my opinion, I think Kensei is better in Epic Raids. His last rate is just so nice. It does so much damage. It's just really nice. His killer is kind of useless, but it's not bad. He also has an increased status ammo chance against technique attribute enemies, which you'll always be going against in Epic Raids and IZ. So very nice. Definitely would recommend. These two characters are up here because they're the only super link slot potion farmers for the power attribute. They're very good in terms of farming technique potions. It's just kind of unfortunate. Like, they should be better. Yumichika should be better. Momo, I understand she's like the first one. She's also a NAD character, but she's at least ranged. And since she brings super link slot potions to the table, I put her up this high. Kokuto, he's alright. I think he's soon for a resurrection if I'm not mistaken, but like he's not bad. His multipliers aren't bad. Berserker 20%, Bruiser 20%, Devastation plus 40, Frenzy 1, Havoc plus 20, and Technique link slot potions plus 5. Not too terrible. Nozomi, also basically the same. Oh my god, Nozomi is so much higher than I thought she was. She has Technique Droplets, plus 30%. Technique Link Slot Potions, plus 5. Honestly, I would put her above Momo, to be honest. Like, I just don't like Momo, but she has a Berserker value of 60%, Bruiser of 40, Devastation of 60. Only downside is she has literally no status elements, so it's kind of unfortunate. But she also has a Killer Effect of plus 30 and 50% multiplier. So pretty good, pretty darn good, I'm not going to lie. Maybe just no status elements really affects her, so maybe you could put Momo higher, but yeah. And then Yoruichi, she's just droplets because for link, and then plus 5 link slot potions. I wish she had super link slot potions, and her damage output is not that great. And then these other characters, nothing to really write home about. They're just kind of basic, plus 5 potions, nothing insane. Suruchi's kind of interesting because each Aranka you bring into it, she has the resonance, so, you know, more Suruchis, because I believe she's the only Arankar. Yeah, the only Arankar for power you bring into Epic Raids. So, yeah, she's okay. And then Tosh and Ruruka I would never use. Now going into Mind, I mean, it's kind of just like whatever. Gin, I just think his damage is whatever. Kisuke is just a really good Epic Raid character. So, I mean, you could probably put Gin higher. Obviously, all of these are subject to change, by the way. I should put that at the beginning, because they might change as my mind is like, really, do I want to put them there? Also, I'm going over their kits as I go over them. Again, just to like make sure I have the info somewhat correct, even though I'll probably have a lot of it incorrect. Just, there's so many characters and so many skills, it gets overwhelming sometimes, but this is my personal tier list. I don't have Grimmjow. I believe he's the only one on this list that I don't have in terms of mind. But he is plus 10 mind link slot potions, so therefore I think he gets a huge W right there because it's so nice to just be able to farm that many potions. You can get like 130 to 140 when it's times 2 in IZ. So, like, and that's per run. It's insane. You get an insane amount of potions. I don't believe he has droplets, so it's just like unfortunate. He also does have an SP boost. Only Frenzy +1. Honestly, if he had Frenzy +2, he might have just been better than Balgo. But like, I think Balgo's strong attacks are also just way better. So, you know, it's okay. He does have an increased chance against hard attribute enemies, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, and then he has like multiple damaging to drain enemies or status afflicted enemies, and it's like, I guess, especially because like almost every mind potion farmer has drain. Okay, not almost, but like we have Balgo, we have Grimjow, we have Okiora, and then we have Neliel. I don't believe Geen has it, but like that's 4 out of like what, 10? 4 out of 9? That's kind of crazy to think about, to be honest. But yeah, this mine, Balgo farms literally everything. Potions, super link side potions. Balgo also gives droplets. Like if he had Frenzy +2, oh my god, he'd be insane. It's just so, like, I can't believe he has an increased status summon chance against hard attribute enemies, but like when I go into guild quest, bro, he never procs his SP boost. It doesn't particularly relate to this, but just remembering how awful he was in guild quest really hurt me. Either way, I think this is my personal favorites. Kisuke's still a really good nag character, especially on epic grades because of his shield, so that's also a bonus, so you could definitely put him a bit higher depending on where you go, but he's only +5 potions. But he's like 4 years old and he's still like an extremely good epic grade farmer. It's crazy. All he has is literally like bruiser at 40% and flurry +1. That's literally it, and he's still that good. It's kind of wild. Tosher and Shunsui are literally just +5 potions. They're like whatever, they're just kind of outdated. I would never use them anymore. Alright, now I think this is a fairly obvious pick, but I think Rangiku is the best potion farmer overall. She gives droplets, increase of 30%, link slot potions +5, and super link slot potions +5, which is very, very nice. Now, obviously, if you're going for only potions, also she gives coin drop, but I think that's an irrelevant skill. I think they should just get rid of it out of the game. Bing, bang, boom. There we go. But now, if you're going for only potions, Momo would be better. Some like regular potions, because she gives the +10, and she's really good in IZ because it's like you don't need that much damage to be good in IZ. You're never bringing her into IT. In epic raids, I don't really think she's worth bringing into there, but she can definitely do well. She has the shield, and then the heal on it. She gets droplets, +10 potions, has a multi-barrier. She also increases the heart attribute, strong attack damage, and then damage to enemies not affected by an ailment is also pretty good. So if you can definitely combine her with Rangiku, and then there you go. You guys are both cooking with them strong attack buffs. Third place, in my opinion, is the Kaname. I think I didn't realize that Nini, it was actually +5 regular and super link slot potion, so I push her above Isane. But yeah, Kaname has mind droplet +30%, mind super link slot potion, and link slot potion +5 for each of them. He also has the hard attribute strong attack damage +20%, which is very nice. Frenzy +2. He has drain as well, so you can definitely auto IZ with him. Not gonna auto IT with him. Maybe if he's 5/5, maybe, but I highly doubt it. But he's still a very exceptional character. He was the first of the heart attribute, I believe, to have all 3 of them. That's why he was like the end of year for 2022, which was an insane banner. But yeah, I think he's the 3rd best. He's very nice. I like his strong attack kit. The only thing is that he does have Havoc. It's just his SA1 just feels like it doesn't have enough range. But other than that, he's a very, very good character. Now Nini, she's pretty good. She has I believe she has 6th anniversary Aizen's strong attack kit. She has minor link slot potion +5 and super link slot potion +5, frenzy +2, and havoc devastation of 60%. Pretty darn good character. So yeah, not too much to say there. She also has weakening all of her skills, which is very nice for crowd control and against the bosses in IT. So I think she's the 4th character. Isane, she just gives +5 potions and droplets, so not a bad character. She also has a heal on her SA3, so that's pretty nice. Increases strong attack damage of heart attribute characters, boosting your entire team. Frenzy +2, Frenzy +1, Havoc of 20%, my bad, Frenzy of 1. So not a terrible character, kind of outdated at this point, but she's, if you're an Asani fan, she's very, very good. Next is Holly-Bell. I think she's okay. It's just that her damage is kind of lacking, only a berserker value of 40%, and then they gave her this icky damage to frozen enemies +40%, coin drop, only a frenzy +1, only mind link slot potions +5, no droplets or anything. It's just a waste of a character. She looks so cool. I really like this Holly-Bell outfit. It's just they really just did not treat her that well, so I think she's pretty mediocre. Now to Tesla. he's not bad. He has Lacer on all of his skills. Mind drop plus 30%. He has Mind Link Slap Potions plus 5. Crystal and Jewel Drop and Coin Drop. And honestly, just because of that, I think he actually might be better than her, to be honest. Just because he does offer more. He gives Crystals, he gives Jewels, he gives Droplets. And they have like the exact same values, to be honest. Except I think Hollybell does more damage, because she has the full standard damage plus 30%. But he has a recharge built into his kit as well. So I think... No, they both do, so it's about the same, to be honest. It's actually about the same, but he has Crystal Jewel Drop, so I'll just put him higher. A lot of people don't have Jewels, so yeah, I'll put him a bit higher. Rukia, just plus 5 potions. That's literally about it. Same for the Lisa, just very mediocre characters. Nothing to say too much about them. They're just okay. Alright, so for speed characters, I don't think it's much competition, to be honest. That these are the top 3. Senjumaru just does everything. She has Frenzy plus 2. She has Droplet Drop plus 30%. Power Droplets plus 10. Power Link Slap Potions plus 5. Super Link Slap Potions plus 5. Complete Status Immunity. Increases speed, character special move damage plus 30%. Berserker plus 50. Damage to enemies not affected by an ailment plus 100%. Devastation plus 60. Pierce Iron Skin. She's just absolutely broken and she's very fast. Absolutely love it. Tensa, basically the exact same thing, but slightly less damage if I'm not mistaken, and does not have the extra plus 10 droplets. You know, and he only has Frenzy plus 1, has no immunities besides Fire. So, just slightly worse than Senjumaru. You definitely don't need Senjumaru, but I definitely prefer Senjumaru over Tensa because 1, gives more potions, or gives more droplets, has immunity, and has a higher DPS value. So I'm fine with that. And then Mila Rose, in my opinion, is the third one, simply because she has plus 10 Link Slap Potions. That's like literally all you need to be a good character, in my opinion, for a farmer. And to back it up, she has pretty good strong attacks, and she also has pretty good damage increases to back her up. Unfortunately, only a Frenzy plus 1. That's like her biggest downside, in my opinion. She should have had a Frenzy plus 2 or an increased chance to proc status summons. But she has the Arankar Resonance with strong attack damage plus 10% for every extra Arankar on the field. Berserker of 40, damage inflicted at full stamina plus 20. Damage to lacerated enemies plus 60. She has Devastation, melee damage plus 10% and 30% in co-op. And then obviously the Power Link Slap Potions plus 10. Very, very good character. Love her. Probably my favorite epic grade character besides, you know, these two. Which is funny enough because, you know, she's third place behind the 2 better characters. But I definitely prefer her in IZ because IZ is incredibly easy and you get like 130 potions a run. It's pretty crazy. Next we're going down to Akon. He's not a great DPS, to be honest. Also, his debuffs are really dumb. Why is it half flame and half lacerate? That's kind of stupid. But he's an insane booster. So, you come in, you give super... I didn't know he gave super Link Slap Potions. That's actually crazy. Did not notice that. He gives Power Link Slap Potions, increased status ammo chance against power attribute enemies. But the piece of resistance is he increases speed attribute Soul Reaper damage to status ailment affected enemies, and also speed attribute character strong attack damage plus 20%. So he's boosting your entire team as well, since you're probably going to be bringing in speed characters with him. You know, so yeah. The only downside is that it's extra 40% to status ailment affected enemies, and you know, the better characters don't have status ailments. But if you're bringing him in IZ and you buff up Mila Rose, never mind, it's only Soul Reaper, so that won't even work. So that's more for like older characters, I guess. I don't know. Either way, he's still a very, very good option. Next, we're going on to Ichigo. From what I've seen, everybody just says that he's mainly an epic grade character. I don't actually have him, but he does have weakened defense on his Soul Bomb, which I assume is why he's meant for epic grades, because he can weaken defense the boss down. He is weakening on all of his skills. He has Link Slap Potions plus 5, Droplet increase of 30%, Devastation plus 40, and Speed Attribute, Character Strong Attack Damage plus 20%. Not bad. You increase your entire team's strong attack damage, so pretty good. Just nothing crazy. Next we have Noelle. She's kind of old. She has the 80% Spiritual Pressure boost, Super Link Slap Potions plus 5. She doesn't have regular Link Slap Potions plus 5. No, she does. I'm blind. She does have Link Slap Potions plus 5. Only a Frenzy 1 though. No increase. She has increased chance against Power Attribute Hollows and No Felicia enemies. I'm like jumping all around these lists. My bad, guys. My bad. She does have bombardment, so honestly, you could probably put her above this Ichigo, to be honest. I completely missed over the line where she had also power links out potions, and she has an SP boost. So yeah, I think she's actually better than Ichigo. That is on me. Also, I think she has a really good strong attack kit, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really use her that much, but I still think, from what I've seen, a lot of people used to use her, so I have to assume she's still pretty darn good. For, you know, for how old the unit is. Next up is Hanataro. He has a link of droplets plus 30%, berserker value of 60%, bruiser of 40, devastation of 60, melee damage plus 10%, plus 30 in co-op, and then he ends up giving you power links out potions plus 5. Nothing insane. He's an okay character. Next up we have the swimsuit Retsu. My god, this art is one of the best in the game. I don't care. Y'all know, if you know. But all she does is give you link slot potion plus 5, weaken defense on the soul bomb, plus she already has defense or weaken defense on her, or weakening on her strong attacks, so very, very good damage. Yeah, basically just a IZ character, or most likely an epic grade character, since you can inflict the weakened defense on the boss and just absolutely nuke through their defense and just, you know, clap up. Next we have Grimmjow. Not my favorite character, to be honest. He has follow-up, friendship plus 1, only power links up push plus 5, bruiser and berserker value of 40%, devastation of 60. He's not terrible, it's just that I just don't see a use for him. And also his strong attacks just don't look that good from what I remember seeing. He was my first link side character and I hated using him. Next up we have Momo. You could definitely put her above Grimmjow if you really want to, but at least, you know, yeah, I mean, you probably could, to be honest. Probably could. I actually think that the Grimmjow is probably the worst. Momo has a last rate, berserker value of 20, bruiser of 20, damage to last enemies, only a frenzy plus 1, and power links out potion plus 5. It's whatever. But yeah, in my opinion, Senjumaru, Tensa, and Milrose are definitely the best 3 speed characters. Without a doubt, I don't see any competition between them, to be honest. Alright, and now for the final attribute, and I'm not gonna lie, I think this is an attribute that needs potion characters the most. Either this or power. Like, I think basically everyone agrees, to be honest. I don't like Uryu. Gin is good, but only with killer. I've tried him without killer, and dear god, I don't like him. Maybe if I had him 2-5. I only have him 1-5, so that probably makes a lot of sense. But yeah. Also, here's a screenshot of a Yoruichi that I made. It's coming up on the screen now. Boom, potion farmer. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Also, I completely forgot to mention this. There are no link characters on here, such as Momo or, you know, the Byakuya. There's no Sun. There's none of that. They're literally just links, so I'm not going to rank them. They're just links. Put them on your favorite character, to be honest, to bring into epic grades or whatnot. That's what I do. I've never actually used them as a character. I don't think they're worth using. But yeah, they're okay. They're okay. Now going on to the actual characters. Gin, probably my favorite just because of his kit overall. Not the biggest fan that he got poison. I hate it. I think poison is just kind of useless in most content. Like, it's good in Limit Breaker quests, I can't lie, because it goes off like their HP, I'm pretty sure. But other than that, I like his like strong attack kit. I think it's literally what redeems him. Kind of sad that he got coin drop plus 70%. My least favorite thing about him, and damage to poison enemies. Just don't see the point in it. I wish he had like double status elements, like paralysis or something. Would be much nicer against big bosses, which he just doesn't really do that great unless he has killer. But yeah, overall a good character. Like, he's not bad by any means. It's just that compared to Tense or Rangaku and whatnot, he's just very lackluster compared to them. But he has a speed link slot potion plus 5, super speed link slot potions plus 5, and he has coin drop plus 70%, but no droplets. I don't understand why they would give that and not droplets. Droplets are way more needed than gold, especially because it's like, why would you ever bring him into a gold quest? I don't know. I don't see the point, but he's a really good character, just lacking in terms of DPS and especially in like IT, because he can't pierce Iron Skin, and without killer it feels awful. Going into Uryu, he has Pierce Iron Skin, but the problem about him is he has a pretty good strong attack kit. I believe his SA1 is a bit wonky, but other than that, he has a pretty good Vortex, SA2, Full Screen, SA3, Technique, Attribute Character, Strong Attack Damage plus 20%, Berserker of 60, Bombardment plus 1, a Bruiser of 40, and then damage inflicted at full stamina plus 20. Where is the Berserker, my guy? Where is the Berserker? I read that wrong. That is a Berserker of 60%, not a Devastation. So that is my bad. He has a Berserker of 60%. I don't know why it doesn't feel like he doesn't have that much damage, especially because he has Pierce Iron Skin. But he gets droplets, Link Stop Potion plus 5, and Super Speed Link Stop Potion plus 5. And to be honest, the reason I think he's lacking DPS is because he doesn't have the extra 100% damage to non-afflicted ailment enemies like Senjumaru, Tensa, Rangiku, and even to an extent Ikaku. He has 30%. Even Yumichika, he does good damage. It's just that his strong attack hit is just awful. So that's why I just think he's unplayable, to be honest. But his damage is good. He still one-shots enemies, but like his range is just it feels awful. I don't know, but yeah, Uryu just like lacks some DPS for me, in my opinion. Maybe I need to use him more, but I prefer using Gin or just using a DPS and just carrying and letting other people join with Uryu and they just auto. That's usually how I do it, to be honest. Moving on, we have Chojuro. I think he's third just simply because of the insane droplet farming, which you need so many droplets in this game to T20 so many characters. And then he also has plus 5 Link Slot Potions. I just wish they gave him Super Link Slot Potions instead of damage to paralyze enemies. Like, sure, he does have an SP or a status element chance. He also has Frenzy plus 2, so he should proc it fairly often. But it's like damage to paralyze enemies. At least give him an SP boost, if anything, at that point. Like, what is the point of that? 40% seems kind of useless, you know? Or, you know, technique, attribute, soul reaper damage to status ailment affected enemies. Remove that. Give him an SP boost or something. Would have made him way better. Either way, I still think he's a good character. Just the other two are better, in my opinion. Moving on to Jushiro. He's basically just a plus 10 Link Slot Potion character. And he has decent damage. I think his strong attack kit is okay. I don't ever really use him. I just don't care for him. I don't know. I just don't really like him. I tried him out one time to try to showcase him, and I never uploaded it because I just thought he was pretty mediocre. And it was like 2 months after he dropped, so it was like, who's gonna watch it? But just don't really care for him. I wish he was a Link, to be honest, where he gave plus 10 as a Link, and that would be amazing. But yeah, I never really use him. He's not that all that great, but he's plus 10 potions. He also has the attribute soul reaper damage to status element affected enemies plus 40%, and techniques attribute soul reaper strong attack damage plus 20%. So he's a buffer in GQ. So there's that. But this is a potion character tier list, not a GQ tier list. But he does have that. Next up is Grimmjow. I personally like this Grimmjow more, to be honest, but the fact that he has plus 10, Chojuro's an insane drop-off farmer, and I think these two are still better. But I do like the Grimmjow. I like his strong attack hit, and he looks insane. I think he's the coolest looking technique potion farmer by far. But he has Speed Link Slot Potion plus 5, Super Link Slot Potion plus 5, Frenzy plus 2, only a Devastation of 40%, Bruiser of 20, no Berserker value. That's what really lets him down, to be honest. Just looking at this, he just has no Berserker value, unfortunately. If he just had that instead of, like, I don't know, a Rankar technique attribute, a Rankar damage to status affected enemies plus 20%, remove that and give him a Berserker value of like 40 or 60%, he probably would have been way better. But unfortunate, he's just that low. Next up is Ilfort. Basically just a decent farmer. Speed Link Slot Potion plus 5, nothing crazy. Berserker of 40, and then a bunch of increases to a Rankar of your teammates. More strong attack damage and more damage to status affected enemies. And he has weakened in all of his strong attacks, so pretty good. Next up is Orihime, and honestly, you could probably put her above Ilfort simply because she's a very good support character. She has Speed Link Slot Potions plus 5, she has a heal on her SA2 plus a shield, and she also has Medic, so she should be healing you much more. Also has Havoc, pretty nice. Berserker of 40%, Bruiser of 20, Debilitator and Devastation of 40. Only a Frenzy plus 1, which is unfortunate, and she has Burn on her status elements for some reason, or her strong attacks. Very, very weird. Either way, still a pretty good character. I like when she joins my lobbies. It just makes it such an easy farm because you don't have to worry about getting one shot half the time. It just makes it a lot smoother of a process. Next up is Uryu, and He's not terrible. I just think he's incredibly outdated. Berserker and Bruiser value of 20%. Devastation of 40. Only offensive +1. Havoc +20. Increased status ailment chance against speed attribute hollows. I hate that. It's just unfortunate. It's a single attribute. It is his killer, and that's probably the only time you'd ever bring him, but it's still just kind of unfortunate and annoying. And then speed link slot potions +5. You know, that's basically about it. And then this Kenpachi is a normal attack damage character, and I'll never use him. He's cool, but I'll never use him. He's a link slot potions +5, and that's literally it. So, yeah, not gonna use him. I don't care. He does look cool, though. He does look cool. But, yeah, that is gonna be it. Oh my god, this video recording is insanely long. So, please comment down below your favorite potion character farmers. Even if they're not the best, I would love to hear which ones you farm with more. Like if your favorite is Retsu, I understand. Look at her. If your favorite is Isane, I get it. That is yacht. And yeah, these are my top 5 favorites, to be honest. Let me know down below yours. Take care. Hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Take care and peace out.